In the last class, you wrote a program and I wanted you to write it with arrays. It was number 2, where, what did you do? You filled the array. You had about 4, what class are we in? C++. You had about 4 functions, and the functions were passing arrays back and forth. And it's something that you had done before, and it ties into what we had just talked about the other day in class with this idea of the addresses or what's being passed. Okay, and when we start really getting into conversation about addresses, we get the whole idea of pointers going. So if I take a look at my screen, I need to change my view to get to this screen. Going back to the pointers, and then we're going to go back to that program you typed in a minute, but going back to the pointers, we're going to try to wrap up chapter 9 here today. And what do we have, a test next Thursday? Does that sound right? Yeah, we have a test next Thursday, okay, on chapters 7, 8, and 9. So some things that are going on here, talking about pointers, one of the things we can do is actually use our relational operators on pointers. Never done it, never, blah, 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 but we can actually compare addresses. So what really comes out of this is how addresses, even though they look like that crazy hexadecimal when we displayed them, okay, the addresses are actually numbered, they're linear. So I would be able to check to see if addresses are less than, greater than, any of the 6 relational operators. Okay, again, I've never done it. One of the things that might come into play is to see if they're equals, because you're not sure if you mess something up somewhere along the line, but otherwise you won't really use them so much. But before I move on, I want to go back and do a quick review. Too bad I can't make this a pop quiz. I probably could if I want to for a future class. But I'm taking a look at, let's see, int x equals 10. I'm making notes for myself to get ready to study for the test next Thursday. And I'm starting to get some of I need to get this pointer stuff down. So give me some lines of code that if I said to you, I wanted you to take a sheet of paper and make some notes real quick to get ready to start for the test, and all of a sudden I write int x. What else might you write on this test review sheet of yours? Well, I have int x. That's not a lot of good review going on there.
Int star pointer.
Int asterisk pointer. Okay.
Equals null.
Equals null. We got is assigned the value of null. So be careful of that someday. You said to write the equals null, and that's what I did. But remember, that's where early programmers get messed up, that this isn't the equals, it's the assignment operator. Okay, so I have that, and if I was making notes, points to an int holds address kind of deal. Give me another line of code to write.
Pointer equals
ampersand x.
Yeah, ampersand x. And again, the ampersand, which I can't make them very well, ampersand does what? It gives
the address of the
gives the address. Okay, so I'm still making some pretty good notes, getting ready for the test. What else do we have going on? Give me another line that you might put here. Asterisk pointer equals
the value.
Yeah, a value. Okay. What did the asterisk do here? The asterisk was what was its name?
Dereference.
Yeah, it's going to dereference it. That's the term we use. You talk about how learning a whole new language. There's a whole lot of new words you learn in computer science. dereferencing it. The asterisk was the what operator? I, N,
Indirection?
yeah, indirectional operator. Okay, still making some notes. I have some things going on. We got into, let's see, after that, we started looking at some arrays. If I said int num asterisk, then I could even give it some values, 1, 2, and 3. And let's see, tie some array stuff in with this. What if I said asterisk num equals 5? What would that do?
That would change the first index in the array to 5 instead of 1. It becomes 5.
Right, that would now be 5, 2, 3. Again, sorry, I'm scribbling some of this down. You know, this is documentation, just making some notes. You know, did something like that. What if I did asterisk num plus 1 equals 6? What would that do?
Change 2 to 6.
5.
I heard change the second number to 6. I heard somebody say 5. Check this out.
Don't you have to put parentheses around the
You need-
asterisk note?
Yeah,
You need parentheses, otherwise.
this is legal. What I just did, go to the first location, and maybe I don't know if that's legal or not, because that's, but if it was on the right side, we could work with it. But we need those parentheses here on the left side, so that now I have 5, 6, 3. Okay, so those parentheses actually were pretty important. What if I did num plus plus? What would that do? Move me. I didn't write, I wrote in. Num plus plus. That moves me.
The next level.
Yeah, that moves me 4 bytes. Moves over to the next number. In this case, it moves the address where the pointer is over 4 bytes.
So do we need the asterisk every time we use the pointer after you initialize it?
Okay, so let's up here, I have a pointer. The asterisk dereferences it and lets me change the value at that location. Here, I just have pointer because I want to get the address of X. So this right now holds the address 0x0FA29 kind of deal. But when I put the asterisk in front of it, it dereferences and says, go to that address and change the value.
Thanks.
When we jump down to arrays, we had an array name called num, and we know that works the exact same thing as a pointer. It's a memory address location. The asterisk is, pointer is the pointer itself. Asterisk pointer is the value the pointer is pointing to. That's correct. That is correct. So here, this is the value where pointer num is pointing to, the beginning of the array. And I just changed that to 5. If I printed this out, print asterisk num plus 1, what would get printed?
6.
Yeah, 6, because asterisk num is 5, because that's the first location. The plus 1 is 6. Okay, just to make sure we're getting that straight, these parentheses were important. Okay, good. Just a quickie little review to get us back up to speed. Now I'm going to take a look at section 9.7. And we talked about writing some code the other day. And, you know, you brought in your bubble sort, or hopefully one of your sorts, and it was nice and easy to bring in. And we had our prototype, void bubble sort. It's an integer array, passing in an int as well. Then in the main, we had a call to bubble sort where I sent in the address Okay, that's the name of the array. It was the address and the size. And then in my function heading, I went and I had bubble sort, int array, int size. So this is something that you had learned already. How to pass an array in, the prototype, the call, and the actual heading. Well, today we're going to take a look at how does that compare if I wanted to do the exact same thing, but this time send pointers over. So instead of the int square brackets for array, I could replace it with int asterisk. It's the memory address of an integer location. Have the same kind of call, values, which is my array. And then I could also have in my bubble sort the int asterisk and call it array, just like I did up here. So I can use the dereference variable in front of those. So what I want you to do now is remember what group were you in last time? Oh, I don't remember. They were random. Wrong class. I was thinking of another class. So right now, all of you should have a copy of this somewhere. Was it posted? Not bubble sort, but this program, number 2. Is that posted?
Uh,
Doesn't sound like anybody posted it.
Was that the one we did last class?
That's the one we did last class. Yeah.
I posted my groups on the discussion board.
Okay, so there is one available. Well, what I'm going to have you do individually right now is go and get that and eliminate arrays and make everything pointers. So there won't be any array notation in there. Even inside of your sort, no square brackets. Everything is going to be using the asterisk. Again, you're going to now write a program using pointers for all of your functions. The program is you need to fill it with data, which is the daily high temperature for all 365 days last year. Data you have to go find. Okay. Then you're going to go through and tell me what the average high temperature was. You're going to tell me what the mode high temperature was. Might be kind of interesting when you see the results. The average high and the mode. Questions?